The UN sends Hamas money to educate the children, does it not?
UN pays for some education in Gaza. They do that
that
through
a
their
yes?
own agencies.
Is that a yes?
They provide the money into Gaza, yes.
I'll take that as a yes. The UN gives Hamas money to run hospitals, does it not?
The UN runs hospitals in Gaza too, yes.
And in fact, doesn't Hamas tax at the rate of 16.5% every bit of food and aid that comes in to Gaza?
They do tax everything. I don't know the exact
And
percent.
Hamas levies a tax on even fish caught, does it not?
They tax everything.
And Hamas also levels an income tax, does it not?
That too.
Okay. President Biden's administration has not enforced the sanctions on Iranian oil, on Iranian oil, has it?
No.
Okay. So you agree with Ms. I'm sorry, I can't see you. Pleska. So you agree?
I tend to make it a policy to try to agree with Ms. Pletko whenever possible.
Yeah. Well, you're smart. You told us you were smart. President Biden has not chosen to impose the snapback sanctions under the JPCOA, has he?
Correct.
Okay. Ms. Pletka, who has the $6 billion?
It's in a bank in Qatar.
Okay. So Qatar has control of it.
In essence, that is correct, although...
Well, let me put it this way. If the Qatar bank, there's a Qatar bank. If Qatar tells them to do something and the United States tells them not to do something, who's the bank going to listen to?
Well, that is the question before us right now.
Who's the bank going to listen to?
Qatar,
Of
their
course.
government.
Okay. And isn't it a fact that back in 2021, Treasurer Yellen, through special drawing rights at the International Monetary Fund, gave Iran $4.5 billion?
That's what I understand, yes.
And she'd like to give them more.
That's what I understand, yes.
That's like cash money. It's really a dividend. You can cash in for U.S. dollars. Is that right?
That's what I understand.
Wow. It seems to me that we could cut off Hamas, or at least to go a long way toward doing that by actually just enforcing the things that we already say we're enforcing.
Every authority that is necessary to cut off Iran, Hamas, and every other terrorist group is already in the president's hands. The question is never whether the president can, it's whether the president will.
Well, why has the Biden administration been so soft on Iran? If we know Iran is funding Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, their surrogates in Syria, their surrogates in Iraq, why has President Biden's administration been so soft on them?
Well,
Do they just think love is the answer, and that this isn't a bar fight, and that, I mean, it just looks to me like this administration is quoting Socrates in the middle of a prison riot.
So right now we have a situation in which the Biden administration could cut off basically the money and the funding that is going to Hamas immediately, but yet they're choosing not to. You know, this money is being basically funneled to terrorism via all the money that they have got and have sent to Iran, because for some reason, when a Democrat is in office, we just decide to start sending money everywhere around the world, including to people that finance and support terrorism. Why we are doing this, I have no idea, but it is happening, and nobody in the Biden administration seems to be able to answer the question as to why it is happening. We do not know why they are doing this. The only thing that we know is this: we are fundamentally a weaker country with the Biden administration in power. We are a weaker country with Joe Biden at the helm. And I will tell you, between what's going on with them, funneling all this money to people who use it to finance and endorse terrorism, to what's going on at the United States southern border, it is going to probably be likely a very rough decade plus for the United States of America.